Hi, and welcome to Live with Connie. Today, my guest star is Antoinette with two OGs hooking and stitching island style. So, how are you doing today, Antoinette?
Pretty good. How are you, Connie? Hi,
I'm
everybody.
I'm doing good. So, how is it living on an island?
Peaceful, calm, lacking in some of the amenities like fast speed internet, but it's worth it.
Yeah, just so everyone knows, Antoinette may kind of lose quality in her picture because of internet issues. So hopefully it doesn't happen. But if she gets kind of fuzzy looking, that's why it's her internet. But yeah, I remember whenever I was stationed in Diego Garcia, which is an island in the middle of the Indian Ocean. And I mean, it was just so beautiful there. And now I look back and I'm like, ooh, I would love to be there again. The beach, I mean, the water was crystal blue. Um, I mean, it was beautiful. I mean, but you were isolated where you didn't have things that you take for granted in everyday life. There was no
Yeah.
Walmart.
Yeah. Tina, I am on Deer Island, New Brunswick, Canada. I'm located. I think I have to shut off some sound here. Let me see. Yes. There, we're muted. Um, it's called the West Isles in the Bay of Fundy. If I look out my window, I can see Eastport, Maine, United States. Over that way, St. Andrews, New Brunswick. It's only a 20-minute ferry ride to the mainland, but we're isolated enough that there is no stores on the island other than a little tiny mom and pop's grocery store, which I had one. I closed it a few years ago because it's not enough business. There's no bars. We have one. I had a gas pump when I had my store, but another place fortunately opened up and put a gas pump in. There's no Walmart. There's none of that. There's not even a Tim Hortons or Dunkin' Donuts if you're in the States. But what we lack in those kind of things, we make up with when I sit on my deck and I look out and all I see is the bay and the trees and the deer that just lay around in my yard. It's worth it. Peace, tranquility, not a whole lot of people, which is just right up my alley. I'll take the trade-off for missing some of the conveniences. I have no problem with that.
I remember in Diego Garcia, we did, you don't have no McDonald's, but we did have a burger joint, and they also serve like lupia. And like, I don't know if y'all have tried lupia, but that is awesome. It's kind of like an egg roll, kind of. I mean, they're good. And actually, the first time I tried lupia was my stepbrother's wife.
Mm. Hi,
So
Tina. Hi, Deneen. Hi, Teresa.
so let's get the
Brenda.
greeting. Let's get the greetings going. Let's see,
I see
Brenda,
everybody checking in.
Miguel, Crystal, Andrea, Tina, and Teresa, Deneen. I think that's everybody. How is everyone doing? And what is everyone currently working on? And let's see. Yes, here is Antoinette's link. So if y'all haven't checked her channel out, please do so. Throw some yarn in her window. And I really believe y'all will love Antoinette.
Oh, if you've been to the crazy train, it can be pretty crazy. I mean, it's pretty upfront what it's about. Life on an island and fiber. Everybody knows I love my fiber and my knitting and my crocheting. Hi, Nana Michelle. Um, yeah, if you want to know about island life, I have some videos about trips to Lake Campobello. I'll be doing one to Grand Manan when we get a chance. It's the third island in the West Isles. It's the furthest one away from me. It's about a 2-hour ferry ride from the mainland. You can't get there from my island. I yarn hauls, which I haven't done for a while, but I do have one coming. Oh, yes, I had to. It was Line Brand, and I had to get some stuff for some projects. I do tutorials, giveaways, reviews sometimes. I have a stitch along going right now, a Topsy Turvy Try Stitch Along, which we tie into the Facebook group, the Yarny Yayas. We do some challenges. Encourage everybody to put their projects up there. I like to encourage everybody to share their channels, like Connie does, for our community. That's what I try to encourage. What wild animals are here, Tina? What wild animals? Coyotes. I have a coyote pelt hanging on the wall. Deer. We have no rats. We have no raccoons. We have no skunks. We've got rabbits, deer, bear. We get bear on the island now and then. We get some moose. We just the beavers are starting to come back. Garter snakes, spiders. But then you got the good stuff in the bay. Fresh lobster, fresh scallops, fresh clams, fresh haddock now and then. Pollock. They're getting ready to go into lobster season in about 2.5 weeks, and the fall season is from mid-November till the early January, and so we just go down and say, hey, how about some lobster, and we get them right off the boat. Pay whatever the going rate. Yeah, get fresh lobster, and then January scallop season. We usually buy 20 pounds, put it in the freezer for the year, and we have fresh scallops year-round. I don't eat seafood. Yeah, see, I don't eat seafood. Yeah, how many people live on the island? 850 approximately year-round. Last census. Prior to this previous year, in the problems that we had, in the summertime with our summer people, we go to about maybe 1,000, but for most parts between 850 and 900. And last week we had our oldest resident celebrate her 102nd birthday, and she is still driving and still knitting.
Well, and like I'm from Louisiana, so I love my seafood.
I lived in Louisiana, Shreveport.
Oh,
I lived in Shreveport.
I'm originally from Houma, and I now live in Eunice, which is about 45 minutes from Lafayette.
No, where it's all at. I used to truck. I trucked all over. I drove transport all over Louisiana. And when Katrina hit, I was living up north, of course, in PA, but I spent a lot of time down there trucking water treatment for Katrina. So I spent a lot of time down there during that time. So see, small world.
It is. Let's see. Hi, Nana Michelle and Angela. How are y'all doing today? And what are y'all currently working on? And let's see. Denise says she's making 10 pairs of fingerless gloves today. Ooh, wow. You were making that fast, Denise?
Really?
I want to know your trick.
Wow, that's pretty. I can't knit that fast or crochet that fast. I'm more of a steady as she goes girl. I work on a bunch of projects, a little bit of this one, a little bit of that one. Right now I'm working on. I actually have finished a bunch of projects. One I can't show. It's next month I'll be able to show it. It was a test pattern. And it's finished. This was just the gauge swatch from it. So you can see that's the gauge swatch from it. Focus, you know what? That was the gauge swatch. But I'll be able to show that next month. But I did finally finish my market bag. I started this, ripped it out, started, ripped it out. I had to change it. I was just trying to use up some yarn. This was the market bag. It was a pattern Ross from Smells Like Yarn. It's just, and I added this here. I just crocheted a thing so you could make like a little drawstring purse. I ran out of that color, so I just added some pink I had to the bottom. Just a cotton market bag. Ross's hat pattern.
Ooh.
This is that Nordica by Premier. I love how it works up. I love Ross's hat pattern. I'm currently doing a second one for one of the guys I play cards with, but this is for my grandson. And I love the yarn. And Ross's hat pattern, I love his decreases and how it does.
How does he do
the only other thing
how does he do his decreases?
His is a two row repeat with a setup row. His setup row, like this was for the DK. The setup row is knit 13, knit 2 together, place a marker. Do that all the way to the end. Next row is knit. And then all you do is repeat that. Knit 2 together, and just keep doing that, and then knit around. And it gives a beautiful, I don't know how easy it's going to be to see. If you can see the decrease, how it makes like a starfish.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really easy decrease. And like I said, his pattern, it's one of my favorite just plain patterns to go to, because he gives all of the stitch counts for your cast on and everything.
Let's see.
Thank you. I'm gonna butcher this. Marquita
and Laura Lee's here. How are y'all today? And what are y'all currently working on? At least I think I'm saying Marquita's name right.
I hope. Yeah, Marquita, please let us know the name right there. That is Ross from Smells Like Yarn. If you go to smellslikeyarn.com, it's on his website for free. Yeah, because here's the next one I'm doing. Same thing. I'm on the decrease row now. Oh, thank you, Marquita. Very pretty name.
Oh, that's a knitted hat.
Yes, it is, dear. It is knitted. Like I said, because it's a free pattern, I can show you this. Ross's patterns are all free. It's called the Ross hat, and he gives all 4 yarn weights, and it's super easy hat. Oh, thank you, Tina. That is for a super secret test pattern I did, but as of next month, once she releases it, I will be able to show it, and anybody can do it that can crochet double crochets. It's a gorgeous cardi pattern. Whoop. It's a nice pattern. I can't say more. I get in trouble, but it really is a lovely pattern. But yes, his patterns are free, and it's a very easy pattern to follow.
Hi, Teensy. How are you doing today? She's working on 4 different blankets.
Oh, wow. No, I only got 2 going.
I've
only got 2 going.
My temperature blanket, I'm just ready for the end of the year to get that thing over with, because I mean, it's just so big and bulky, and it's like I'm tired of working on it. I just want it to be finished.
That's why I work on so many different projects, so I don't get bored. I always have knitting, crocheting, and Tunisian. Something. I'm gonna get ready to start my priestess coat. That's what my Lion Brand order was from.
And let's see, Mama G and Sandra's here. Hi, how are y'all doing today?
Hello.
And what are y'all working on? Laura Lee says she loves my hat. Thank you.
Yes.
That is one thing that I am thinking about doing coming up soon is trying to do like a challenge to get people to learn how to do color work. That is one thing I would like to do a challenge down the road on, like color work beanies.
Oh, king size. Granny Squares don't want a king size. Stuff.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Just finishing that Canadian flag blanket that I did for the fundraiser was queen size. And like Connie said, working on it through this, it was hot putting it on my lap because I was working on it through the summertime. It gets really hot and heavy, especially with it being number 4 worsted weight. It does.
Now that the weather is starting to get on a little cooler, like on a cool day, it is nice though too because you can kind of snuggle under the blanket while you're working on it to help warm yourself up.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah. Look,
I was not a fan of doing blankets. I had told somebody that when I very first started doing my YouTube channel. I was honest. I did not see myself doing blankets. I really didn't. Then something happened. Never say never, really. But I can say the blankets that I do are not normal blankets. They're just not normal. The ones I have in my queue are all compendiums or the Tree of Life, which is knitted. They're more on the complex blankets, not just it's like just a crochet, a double crochet blanket. But I am enjoying doing blankets. I'm doing the Mary Maxim teardrop in the prism, which is 128 teardrops. Then they got to be joined. I'm doing the Charlotte's Universe, which is if you look on Hooked on Sunshine on Facebook, this is Charlotte's Universe.
That's pretty.
Well, with this, I bought 3 or 4 patterns in a pack. It was the Atlanticus, the Phoenix, the Liliana, and the Charlotte's Universe. And they're all compendiums. Somebody asked me, what's a compendium? If you want to go by the Webster's, it's a collection of different complex stitches in one project. In a nutshell, does a lot of what do you call them? Tutorials for this designer, which is needed. I'm only an advanced beginner in crochet and knitting. I don't consider myself any more than that. So there's sometimes I come up on something, a stitch. Like Connie's alien hat is awesome. Her color work. It is. Her color work's phenomenal. I am just dabbling in color work, but frankly, I suck at it. I don't. My color work is not that great. I'm trying, but my transition is not as neat as I would like it to be. Yours is very neat. My floats were terrible. My tension is terrible. And frankly, I just ripped it out and put it aside. I have tried it.
I have tutorials on those techniques.
I'll have to go check them out because between you and Courtney from Fiber Fox and a couple other ones I'm working on between crocheting and knitting on color work, I really need to get it because there's a designer that wants me to test a pattern for her that involves color work. And I'm like, oh, really? Have you seen my work? It really is not. And she wants me to do brioche. Have you done brioche, Connie?
I don't think I've done brioche.
She told me it's not that hard. I mean, it's beautiful. The pattern she showed me, and she says, I'd like you to test this for me because I have tested for her before, and she challenges me severely. But I said, I don't know how to do brioche. She said, you can learn it. It's easy, and it's addictive. I said, really? So I'm looking up, and I'm like, I don't think I have the skills. I don't think I have the skills to do it. I don't think I have the experience to do it.
It's one of those things where like I don't know what I would really consider like my knitting and crochet skill level because I have not, I've been knitting for about 2.5 years and crocheting for a year. And there are things that I do that are more advanced, but then there's also things that, like, especially in crochet, there's a lot of things in crochet I haven't done yet.
There isn't anything I haven't attempted. I talk about this a lot. The topsy turvy we're doing, the stitch along. That is to challenge people to go outside their comfort zone. Um, I challenge myself with advanced patterns. I mean, literally, they're labeled advanced, and there have been patterns I literally have frogged and frogged and frogged and put them aside, frustrated. In fact, my mother would probably be washing my mouth out with soap. I would be so upset. But then I'll step away for a couple months, and then I'll come back, pick it up, and try it again, and then I'll get it. Crochet the same way. Now you said you've been knitting and crocheting for a couple of years, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I taught myself to knit back in 1979 when I was going to nurses training. 1981, I put it down, and I didn't pick it up again until 2018. A little bit of a hiatus. I took a little bit of a break, 30-plus year break, but since I picked it up, it's been full speed ahead, and I haven't stopped. I'm always looking to expand my skill set, challenge myself, learn about fibers, learn about everything that I can, because that's the only way I'm going to learn by challenging myself. Mm-hmm. I don't stick to just hats. I just don't. Even in crocheting, that blanket I did, that corner to corner blanket, I'm really proud of it. I couldn't corner to corner. I tried. Honestly, I did. I watched tutorial after tutorial, and I would do it, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong?
I've done that already.
I'm telling you, my corner to corner looked more like a Wonka vision. It was terrible. And then I put it away, and then when I found that pattern of the Canadian flag, and I said, I'm going to do a charity blanket to raise money for my local shelter. Yeah, Crystal, exactly. And then I sat there and I started, and then finally it just clicked. And when I finished the blanket after, everybody knows why, and I held it up, and I said to myself, I patted myself because I was very proud of that blanket. I was very proud of it because I frogged a lot. I think I frogged like 21 rows because it wasn't exactly perfect. But you have to be willing to do that. Frog it and redo it and frog it. Designing process. I've got 2 designs that I've been working on for almost a year. Frog it, redo it. Frog it, redo it. Frog it. And I just put it aside. I sketched it out, and I know up here it's just putting it into the yarn and the stitches. I know what I want to do. It's just translating it into the stitches.
And the thing I find is, there's still so much that I want to do. It's just when you get to it. And yeah. But I know like I'm designing a blanket in crochet where I'm probably gonna be using like 11 different textured stitches. So like I'm using this blanket as a way to challenge myself to learn new things. And then as I'm doing the stitch, go along with the blanket and do the stitches, I do plan to do tutorials for them, which I still need to get to the tutorials that on the stitches I've done so far on the blanket, which it's coming. I'm like, hopefully this week I'll finally get to it. I hope. Let's see. Hi, Lisa and Granny D. How are y'all doing today? And what are y'all currently working on? Oh, Laura Lee says, I'm so frustrated that I can't remember beyond 3 or 4 stitches. And I love it whenever I can like remember the pattern where I don't have to look. And some patterns I can do that with, then others it's like I gotta keep looking at it.
Hi, Granny D. I just typed. I'm bouncing between um, the YouTube now because I was typing. Somebody asked me if I was a fellow nurse. Yes, I'm retired, many years, retired RN. Um, but yes, I love what I did. Granny,
So,
oh my goodness, Granny D's working on her whips. Yay, Granny D's working on her whips.
go Granny
Connie,
D.
she's working on her whips. You said you're doing like 11 different textured stitches. It's like that heirloom afghan we did 63 different stitches in the 63 blocks, but like you said, it's a way to challenge yourself and learn new stitches, and the finished product, when you finish it, you stand back and say, I did that. I did that, you know and it gives you a sense of accomplishment because I'm not good at a whole lot of things, but I'm kind of finding my niche. I'm a good cook. I'm good at twirling the baton. I love twirling my baton. Even at 60, I can still twirl. Um, and if people say they find that quite, but I still do twirl. My baton's up at the store, but I'm enjoying my knitting and crocheting. It's my happy place.
So,
Well, I'm not retired yet, Laura Lee. Just retired from nursing. I went I went back to school this past year. I've been back to school for 3 different things. I finished up my instructor's course. I am now a certified first aid, CPR, and AED instructor. I am also finishing up my accounting degree, and I had to do some courses for working on the ferry as a deckhand. And there's talk of me possibly going on to be a first mate. I don't know about that yet, but I've got one more course, which is next week, which is my DVS, MED DVS, which is your Marine Emergency Duties, Domestic Vehicle Safety. A lot of acronyms. But yeah, so, and of course I did my Firefighter 1, and I'm fixing to do my Firefighter 2, along with Advanced First Responder. So when you turn 60, just shake it up a little bit.
yes, you
Keeps you
would.
young. I like to be a shaker and a mover, besides gravity making things shake and move.
Hi, Teresa.
But
How are
hello,
you
everybody.
doing today? So, do you want to go ahead and ask the first question, Antoinette?
Yes. Yes. What is your favorite kind of soup? Now, mine, I have two. One is Italian wedding soup, which I love to make, and the other one is cream of broccoli. Those are my two favorite soups.
Nice.
How
Yeah,
about you,
I
Connie?
usually don't have just one favorite. When I ask what's your favorite this, you're gonna hear more than one thing from me. A chicken noodle soup. I love me some chicken noodle soup. And like I have this awesome like Instapot recipe that I love where you use the egg noodles. I love, love, love that recipe. Then also chicken pot pie soup. That's another one that I really love.
Oh, that sounds good.
Oh, chicken pot pie sounds so good. Now it's making me in the mood
Yeah.
for it. Or chicken and dumplings.
Chicken noodle, chicken noodle.
Let's see. Laura Lee says
Chicken noodle,
a
homemade potato soup.
noodle.
Yep. I see homemade potato soup, garden
And
zuppa, yellow lentil
avocado.
curry,
And, yeah, because
ham and bean.
we're approaching soup season now. Yeah, ham and
I eat soup
beans.
year round. I love soup year round.
See, now in Louisiana, we do a gumbo a lot, which is kind of like a soup,
Yep,
and
no, gumbo, etouffee,
we make it
jambalaya.
exclusively year round.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know if anybody here is Italian, but one of our, like when I moved up here to the island, they have a thing called boiled dinner. And I'm like, boiled dinner? And it's just basically ham, potatoes, cabbage, carrots, parsnips, onion, and they just boil it all together. Well, in Italian, we have a thing called minestre, which is made with two kind of cabbages, Savoy cabbage and just your regular green cabbage. But what makes it is you get nice, good, hard Italian pepperoni. You cut that up, put it in it, and a little bit of crushed red pepper, garlic, and you cook it. And if you have some ham, throw that in. And we always had either pizza or focaccia or some homemade bread with it. And they had never had. So I made it up here. Well, Jesus, wasn't it a big hit? It's like, got any more of that minestre? Yeah. And it's really easy to make, but it was a staple in the wintertime. And
Angela saying chicken
Mama
pot
G.
pie and beef pot pie.
Yep. Mama G said boiled dinner. She must be from up here because I had never heard of a boiled dinner before until I come up here.
Brenda saying broccoli and cheddar soup, tomato and macaroni soup.
Yep.
Nana Michelle says Olive Garden minestrone soup.
I was going to say minestrone.
Lisa says bratwurst soup.
I say I make my. Anybody here? I say pasta fazool. Anybody here Italian? Pasta fazool. I love pasta fazool.
My mom used to make boiled dinner when I was a kid, but she just called it soup. And let's see, Tammy's here. Hi, Tammy. How are you doing
Tammy.
today? And she says broccoli cheese soup.
Yep, I love broccoli cheese soup. It don't like me, but I like it. Pasta fazool. If you see it on a menu, it looks like pasta fagioli, but it's pronounced pasta fazool in Italian, and it's really good. It's good soup. I don't know how to describe it. It's got chickpeas in it and di tagli, the little tube with use your leftover spaghetti sauce. It's diluted down and put the chickpeas in it. It's really good. Put Parmesan cheese on it. It's good.
Tortilla soup.
Tammy. Yeah, I make the Italian wedding soup, and I put the fresh spinach in it. But I love Italian wedding soup. I freeze it. Turkey and rice.
Let's see. Hi, Zola. How are you doing today? And let me know if I'm saying your name right. Mama G.
Okay, Mama G. She was married to the Yeah. So Mama G knows. Yeah, Mama G. So you know what a lot of the Italian food, food's very important in the Italian family. And up here I've introduced
those recipes.
I don't have a problem.
Recipes, Mama G.
Yeah. Last year I did a series on the channel of Italian cookies, and I'm going to do some more this year of cookies I didn't make last year. But people ask me for the recipes, and I'm like, I can give you the recipe, but I can't give you measurements. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. It looks like this. It tastes like that. It smells like that. That's how we cook. Somebody asked me, a friend of mine here asked me, I'm getting ready to make some homemade macaroni pasta because I'm going to put them on my cookie trays for Christmas this year. She wants to come up while I make some homemade macaroni pasta. True, a real Italian, we don't call it pasta, we call it macaroni. Everything's macaroni. My grandmother told me that. But
Nana Michelle loves all soups. Tammy loves hot and sour soup. The Chinese, yeah.
Teensy says her mom made homemade veggie soup. That's right from the.
That's one soup that I do not care for.
Really?
Yes, I am weird about like textures of vegetables, And I don't know, and I think like soups that tend to be red. I don't know. I can't do red soups that much. About the closest, but it's more brown as tortilla soup.
Oh, um, I love vegetable soup, beef vegetable, especially if the vegetables are from a garden, fresh. You know, even if you froze them, the fresh vegetables make the soup better than any kind of frozen or canned. Oh, makes oops whoops
And,
it makes the soup.
and for the longest time, like I would only eat like vegetables raw. You know, stuff like celery, carrots, cucumbers, bell peppers. The only cooked vegetable that I would eat was corn.
Really?
Yes, but now I am more like I like stir fries. You
Okay.
know, and I like sautéed onions, peppers, and like mushroom, celery in dishes.
Yeah.
But it has like I like more that sautéed texture with vegetables. Now I did start eating like butternut squash and acorn squash, um, beets, but it has to be kind of more like they're like kind of like baked French fry texture or like chip texture.
Okay. No. See, I don't like beets. I do not like beets. Which are big
Yeah,
up here.
that's the only
A
way
lot
I
of them.
cook them.
They
Like,
gave them pickled beets.
no, I
The
can't
pickled
do
beets.
that.
Oh no,
But
can't do it. I love vegetables.
if you like air fry them like into chips, those are good. I was scared
I
at
got one.
first.
Oh, I love my air fryer. My Actifry. I love it. I got it as a housewarming gift, and I love my Actifry. Um, when you do your stir fry, have you tried toasted sesame oil to do your stir fry in?
I've used it before, but I tend to use olive oil most of the time just because that's what I typically buy.
Yeah. See, I love to use my the toasted sesame oil, and I actually will toast sesames to put in my stir fry. Because I do a lot of chicken stir fry. And I do the chicken in my Actifry, the air fryer. I love my air fryer. It makes life so much easier. I want to try one of those Instapots. 45 here. All
Yeah.
right, go ahead, rub it in. It's 45. It's only about I don't know what the weather is here. Oh, yeah, dude. It's 47 degrees Fahrenheit. Um Celsius wise, I couldn't tell you what it is Celsius because I always set mine to Fahrenheit because coming from the States, I only know Fahrenheit, but that would be probably about 10, maybe 10. Your cold bring this over 2
Hi,
days.
Nisi. How are you today? Mama G says she remembers making Sunday gravy from tomatoes in the garden. Now it's from a
Exactly.
drawer.
From a jar. Mama J. No, 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 no. Unless that jar is a mason jar. My grandmother would send a bolt of lightning on me.
She's like, still too hot here for super gumbo. Yes, she's in Louisiana too.
Oh, real. See, it doesn't matter how hot it gets. Let's see. Sort the tea.
Hi,
Hello, LJ, Lauren. Okay, hello, Lauren, and
Laura.
freehandly.
How are you today?
I was just reading about some people that were talking about some series and stuff. I just found the new series on Prime with Kevin Costner, and I started watching it. I'm not a big TV watcher, but wow, is it a good series? It's called Yellowstone, and it is really a good series on Prime. I think there's 3 seasons so far, and it is a really good series. And I mean, Kevin Costner is directing it, and it's really good. I don't, like I said, I don't watch much TV, but it's a really good series. It's called, because people are always saying, anybody got anything new? Yellowstone. It's really good. It's about a rancher, so it's really good. I do have a question for you, though.
Okay.
Miss Connie.
Okay.
I have a question for y'all. What's your favorite board game? Mine's Monopoly and Remuli. Now, they're they're two totally opposite games. Everybody knows Monopoly. Does anybody know what Remuli is?
Never
A
heard
Remuli
of it.
board?
Never
Okay,
heard of
Remuli board kind of combines poker. It's a big board, and it's a wheel. It spins, and you have money in the cup, and it's by poker hands. And if you get it, you have to put money in a cup, and then you play the hand, and whoever gets the hand gets the money in that cup. It's just nickels and dimes, but Monopoly is my favorite. I've always loved Monopoly. How about you, Connie?
Okay, let me. I'm going to tell Margaret and Maribel hi. They just came in. How are y'all doing today? For me, my favorite board game would be Monopoly. I always love Monopoly. Clue is another one I always loved. And like whenever I was like a kid, really young, I always had to be Miss Scarlet.
Oh,
And
really?
and like my siblings could always tell if I had the Miss Scarlet cord or not because I always kind of like had like a certain strategy, and I would always go like to the room right next to Miss Scarlet if I didn't have it, but if I had it, I wouldn't. And like they figured me out, so like they could always tell certain things just by how I would do.
See, then you wouldn't be a good criminal.
Yeah, but I got
You were.
smarter. I got smarter though with playing Clue over the years. I mean, that was whenever I was like, really young.
Yeah. See.
And my
Yeah, I see other
siblings,
people say.
like,
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
one of my brothers is 11 years older. My sister's 10 years older, and my other brother is like 6.5 years older. So there was a good bit of age gap where, they were a lot smarter than me because they were older. And I was just a little kid.
They're supposed to let you, be a little bit nicer to the younger sister. I was the oldest of 7, so I always had to be nice to my younger siblings. Okay, I see y'all. Okay, I was looking at this chat here. Yahtzee, a lot of people Monopoly, dice games, Scrabble.
Right.
Scrabble. I play that on my phone. I love word games on my phone. That I think it stimulates my mind, and my mind's getting old. I got that most timers things going on, and I'm trying to keep my brain active. But I love word games. And I haven't played Phase 10, but Uno, yep.
Yeah,
I play
Uno.
Texas Hold'em. I play Texas Hold'em on Saturdays. Clue or Star, yep. Parcheesi. Everybody remembers Parcheesi growing up. Trouble. Battleship. From squash. And if everybody does anybody remember Operation Life?
Yes.
Yeah,
I prefer the older version of Life. They ended up
I do too.
changing it, and it wasn't the same.
Canasta. Yes, I remember Canasta. Yep, I remember Canasta. We used to play like a weekend long marathon Canasta game. See, and yeah, see, I like that. I'm looking at getting our knit night started up again at the store, but some of the ladies like to play games rather than knit or crochet, and I have a bunch of board games up there. So we're looking to have one night a week is going to be a game night. Particularly my seniors, they love their game night. And some of them are vicious. Let me tell you something. They're vicious when they play board games. Oh, if you're not playing the game, God forbid you have a conversation with somebody, they're right there saying, hey, we're playing. But no, I would much rather play a board game than watch television or play it on a computer. I'd rather sit and have a physical board game. Cribbage, I love playing crib. Yeah, Brenda. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. On the island here, there's not a whole lot to do, so we make our own fun. I'd never heard of cornhole. I had no idea what it was. They showed me what it was.
Marquita saying Candyland. And Crystal says Mexican train.
Okay, Dominoes. Oh, okay. Yep. Nope.
I never heard of
I have Dominoes.
Train Dominoes.
Yep, never heard that, but I've heard of Dominoes. I play I actually have Dominoes. In a few minutes, I just got to step away for a second because I have to get hubby up because he has to go back to work on the ferry because they got to fix something that broke. Oh, well, thank you, Freehand. I appreciate that. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the crazy house.
Yes. If y'all not subscribed to either one of us, we would greatly appreciate that you throw some yarn in our windows and subscribe.
Yeah, throw some yarn. I'll throw some yarn back at you. I have lots of gift-aways all the time.
I'm so close to reaching 800 subscribers, and like I'm really hoping I can hit 1K by the end of the year. We'll see if it happens.
Okay, so everybody, I haven't done a shout out video. I'm been trying to get to do a couple, 2-3 videos. I'm gonna try to get them done during the day now that I've got some of these training things scheduled out of my day. I only have a few days. This has been a very busy fall. I am teaching the end of the week, Thursday and Friday, so that like throws totally this whole week out for doing tutorials or anything because I've got to rehearse and practice in front of my camcorder doing the CPR instruction because that's what I've got to do. I'm nervous about that. Really, seriously nervous. More nervous than this to teach these students. Thank you, Mama Jason.
Whenever I had to get CPR qualified, and like, I've never felt confident with it. Like if I actually had to do it on somebody, because they pretty much kind of just push you through whenever
No, if you hold on 1 second, I think I hear something.
Well, at least that's how it was whenever like I got qualified.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was Hoppy. He's up. He got up on his own. No, if you don't do it properly, okay. The new Actars, the bodies we use, they just changed the standards, and it has a light on it that I can see, that you can see, that if you're not doing your compressions right, you're not going to pass. Okay. In real life, you're probably going to hear something that sounds like bones breaking, which is possible. You're going to break some ribs. It means you're doing it right. Don't panic. The same with doing a child or an infant. But in my class, if you're not doing it right, you're not passing. Plain and simple. You don't do it right, you're not passing. Because I'm not going to put you out there to hurt somebody.
Because I always felt like they just push you through. Like whenever, like in the Navy, I had to get CPR qualified, and I never felt confident with it.
Exactly. Well, give me a second here. Mama G. Okay. The technology of having more than one electronic device. I've got to go subscribe to Mama G if I'm not already subscribed. But no, I went and got it because the fire department and the ferry, and I now have already had nursing homes calling me. I have one that has 110 employees that need recertified. And I just found out I have to take an additional 6-hour course because there is no difference between CPR and healthcare professional CPR. There's no difference other than I got to pay to have a 6-hour course. It's just all about this money here. But I got to take that 6-hour course. And then one of the salmon plants here needs somebody for the first aid CPR AED. Hello, my own utopia. Welcome.
Oh, hey, Kelina, how are you doing today? But today after my live, I'm gonna finish up doing the fall video, the fall theme video. So that will be coming out sometime today. And you get to see everyone's pretty Halloween decorations and some of the fall foliage. But a lot of the pictures of the fall foliage, you could tell like it's just starting to turn. But it was I think Mama G sent a picture with some really beautiful fall foliage. I'm like that picture is gorgeous. But yet that video will be coming out later today. And let's see, what else do I want to tell y'all before we start to wrap things up today? um, let's see. In case y'all don't know, I now have my community tab. So look on there for announcements to do with my channel and like, you know, like other channels that are trying to meet milestones. I can give y'all
Yeah.
shout outs there. If y'all have giveaways going on, I can share your giveaways on there. So if y'all have something y'all want me to post to my community tab, just let me know. For those that have channels, and I'll make a post for y'all. Also, in November, I plan to put out a Christmas tree, and I'd like to decorate it with homemade ornaments from my Yorny friends. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy, just a little simple crochet, like a candy cane or something. Um, like I said, lightweight, not anything costly to ship. But yeah, if y'all would like to send crochet ornaments for me to decorate my tree with that are homemade, I would love to put that on my tree, and I can show it in my videos. And anytime someone sends something, I'll open it on my channel so y'all can see the pretty ornaments that are handmade. But yeah, that's something that I am doing, and there are other channels doing it too. Let's see. Oh yes, I also have started doing comfy. So if anybody would ever want to donate a coffee or buy me a coffee, I guess is the way you say it, which is basically a small way to support a channel to help support it. I now have that. I opened an account. Um, and I think that's pretty much all that I have going on there. I feel like I'm forgetting to tell people about something.
I always forget that. It
Yeah.
just happens. I think Granny D calls it squirreling. Well, I have a nest of squirrels in. I really do. I have a nest of squirrels. And you talk about, I didn't even know I had my community tab. I didn't even know I had it. I do. So I got to figure out and start using, like you, start utilizing my community tab.
YouTube changed the policy. It used to be you had to have 1,000 subscribers, but around I think October
Now it's
12th or
500.
13th, they changed it to 500.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm going to start utilizing my community tab. I just got to figure out what I'm going to do with it. But like you, I'm not real big. I mean, my numbers, like I said, they've never really. I'm not going to monetize or anything. Like you, I call Ko-fi. Instead of coffee, I
I
call
don't
it
know how
Ko-fi.
you say it.
Well, that's where I have my Ko-fi. You can have it's a free a shop what do you call it, e-shop, whatever you call it, e-shop. Anyways, you can put your stuff that you make on there, and that's what I do. I mean, you don't advertise like you do with Etsy. They offer that for you. They have free webinars and stuff like that. They have a lot going for them that you want to explore. But it's a nice way for your supporters if they want to help with the cost of like shipping and stuff for your giveaways for the channel. It's a nice way for channels that are not monetized or are not going to monetize to, if they like what they see, make a donation. That's what and my fiber family they have done, and then it's helped towards the shipping for the giveaways. And that's all I ever use it for, is for the shipping, because it's the biggest expense for the channel. is the shipping. Because anything I do is worldwide. I don't limit mine to the US and Canada. I do it worldwide because our family is worldwide and I can't exclude anybody. I have done some e-gift, what do you call it? E-gift certificates, e-cards, something like that. I did an Aberdeen wool gift certificate, Amazon gift certificate. But I'm so appreciative of the fiber family that we have. And they're such a great community. Mm-hmm. They really are.
Love the
I do. I love the ladies, and I have a couple guys that are subscribed, and I actually have a list of shout outs I gotta do. I found some new channels that are just starting out, knitting and crocheting, that are really good channels. Really, and I have to get up and help them grow.
If you want to share some of those channels with me, because I'll be doing a shout out video too.
All right, I'll have to email them to you then, because I've got quite a few of them. They're like only on episode 1 or 2 or 3, and they really are good channels. But everybody, I hope everybody.
I normally do my shout out Thursday video, so yeah. Okay. I'm trying to find some other channels to add to my list. I need to do a video.
Well, I have some. I'll send you an email out this afternoon. Coming on here, I didn't really think I had anything to contribute because, like I said, I'm a small channel. I'm not that interesting. You know, I'm not. I don't. I really. I'm pretty predictable what I'm going to do: knitting, crocheting. Ask anybody that comes to the channel. My big joke is, if you want to come and see something with a lot of mistakes, come watch my tutorials, because I don't edit. My editing skills are, and I believe in leaving my mistakes in, because how else am I going to learn? Is if I don't leave my mistakes in. You see, what you see is what you get. I try to let everybody see. Try to be pretty transparent with my family. And there have been a few times somebody asked me, why are my lives put to private? Most of my lives are put to private after they're done. Somebody asked me a question. I actually did get a question about that. I'm going to answer it here.
Hi, Ursula.
Hi, Ursula. How are you, doll? Okay, here it is. The reason I put my lives to private, for the most part, there's 1 or 2 that aren't, is when it's live, it's live. But when it's done, it's done. Things that everybody says in the live, during the live, okay, that's open for everybody to see. But once it's put to bed, it's put to bed, and it's put to private. Anybody that wants to see it can email me, and I will send you the link. But other than that, I'm not going to leave it out there for the world to see, because what the ladies say, or people say in the live chat, after the live chat is there. It's done. And that's just the way that I chose to do it. There are a couple of lives that I think that left public, but the most of them are put to private. And I just do that for people's privacy after the live is done. You know, people say things in it that after the live to be private, and that's my call. That's my call, and it's to protect people after the live is finished. I mean, when we're live, just like we are now. Anything we say is open for people to see, but my lives are put to private, and they can be shared. They can be shared if you contact me. I can send you a link, but other than that, they're not. And that's just to protect you guys.
And also, too.
Thank you, Brenda. She rides the crazy train quite often.
I will be doing another finished project video on November 15th. So get y'all finished project pictures to me for that video. And I'll be doing another pet video November 1st. So get y'all pet pictures into me too. Yeah, I got it right.
Yep.
Okay. I thought I got my dates mixed up for a minute.
I've had to encourage quite a few of the people from the group, Facebook group, to send send stuff to you both for the finish, but also for the Halloween one, because they had some really awesome Halloween finished objects. I'm not going to be participating in the pet one, and I mean, everybody knows the reason, because I just can't participate in that right now. My girls are gone, so they've all gone to the Rainbow Bridge. So, but I will try to get some finished objects to you, a couple pictures, anyways.
Awesome.
If nobody.
Yeah, and I'm also
Yes, we are. I
doing,
am human.
I'm going to be doing like a Thanksgiving.
I was just going to say, I identify as human. Thanksgiving, the U.S. Thanksgiving. Yes, I celebrate that one too.
But I will be doing a
celebrate
Thanksgiving
that one. I'm dual.
video, a Thanksgiving themed video soon. So that will be, I will be announcing that coming up soon, where y'all can show like y'all.
I identify as American and Canadian.
Y'all Thanksgiving.
Oh, lack of sleep. It's called lack of sleep. There we go. No, I got. What's going on? The fuzzy probably looks better. The fuzzy probably looks better. It really does.
But for the Thanksgiving video, it'll basically be, Thanksgiving decorations. It kind of interacts with fall too. Y'all can send like, y'all fall foliage pictures on that one too, because by then there should be more beautiful colors with the leaves and stuff. But yeah, or even like stuff that y'all cook for Thanksgiving, because I'm gonna do that video like right after Thanksgiving. That way, y'all could show like, y'all cook some, some good pies or something. Y'all can take pictures of that, or y'all turkeys. I like to name my turkeys holidays. But yeah, that's basically what I'm planning to do with that video. But I think that pretty much covers everything for today's live. Do you have anything you want to say, Antoinette, before we say bye?
No, I just want to thank everybody for being here, and I want to thank Connie for having me. I like I said, I hope I contributed something. I appreciate everybody in the fiber community. It's a great community. Connie has a great channel. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Let's hold you up. And anybody else that's here that has a channel, go check them out. Subscribe, support each other. It's a great way to support the creators. Big or little, it doesn't matter. I don't care if you're a big channel, little channel. I don't care. I still support the channels. I do. It doesn't matter if you're a big channel or a little channel. I like them all. If you have good content, I'm there. I'm not, fiber content, I'm there. Yarn, I'm there. I love yarn. Yarn is life, as he would say. Yarn hoe. I have a dishcloth I knitted that says that. Yarn hoe. I actually have the pattern for it. But no, I thank you, Connie, for having me. I appreciate it.
And thank you for coming live with me, Antoinette. And I want to thank everyone for watching today's live, and those that will be watching on replay. Thank you for watching. And I love you guys. I love chatting with y'all, and I hope everyone has a fabulous morning day. Be the light, and bye.